It's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk, and we've got another submission here from Jeb from Clan HU in his St. Emil. In his St. Emil, he's mid-tier. We're here on Himmelsdorf. Himmelsfield, Westdorf.
Platoon created.
Oh, we created a platoon. Alright, we're going to have a big game in our St. Emil. This is a hard tank to do well in. It's also kind of a hard tank to like because it's so fast. So you can really just get yourself in a lot of trouble. Holy macaroni. Lots of depression, right? This tank is about depression and a pretty decent gun at tier 7. And the vaunted German accuracy. Remember that? Remember how much the vaunted German accuracy helped you? Oh, God. Anyway, it's all about the depression on this thing. And sometimes you're going to get a lot of depression playing it. And you're going to want to go out and not, you know... or maybe you're not going to want to go out. You want to stay in your house because you're so depressed by the St. Emil. We are creating a nest of epic proportions. You missed one. There's one more tree. Is he good? There we go. Okay. Are there any other trees we can knock down? This seems... Does this help? I feel like now they're too low. I don't know. But I suppose since you've got all the... Okay. Okay. I see. I see. You left a hole right there, though. That's a little... How come the other team hasn't even showed up? What is going on? The thing about epic games and weird tanks is sometimes they're weird games. And this already seems like a bit of a weird game. Where is their Progetto 54? He hasn't even been... Oh, there's a Super Hellcat. No shot on him. We created this lovely nest, and we're not going to have any guests. You guys have any understanding how long it took Jeb to make this nest? And you're not going to come by and see. You're not going to come by and say, "Hey, Jeb, how you doing in the nest?" This thing is so wonky. There it is. There's the Progetto 54. Finally, kind of... I guess he's been there the whole time. He was just waiting for the Emil to make a move. We have some spotting. Alright, well that's unusual. The first damage in the St. Emil, a little fire going on, was some spotting damage in the... Raise your hand if you thought that was going to be... Raise your hand if you thought that was going to be the first type of damage that Jeb got. Put it down, you're lying. Nobody thought that. And we thumped the Progetto 54. They're making a bold move now. It looks like they sort of hung back. This happens a lot in the game now. People seeing what's going on. But Jeb's got 1,137. This is what this tank is about, folks. And that is why it is so relatively inflexible. It's the bush humpingest tank in the game, just about. One of, anyway. One of. Do you have a shot on that guy? Uh-oh. Look out!
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
What is the damage on this thing at? 400 at tier 7? Is that what we're talking about? Or 390? 490? I did not remember that. I did not. A tier 7 TD with 490 alpha. And as long as the enemy feeds the gun, feed me, it's good, right? It's good. But you get any kind of maneuver fight, or you have to reposition, or God forbid, you've got to bounce a shot. She ain't doing any of them things, man. Not fast, anyway, or well. Not fast or well. So now we got a Dicker Max wandering around out in the open. That is a similar tank to this. The old Dicker Max. Dicker Max goes back to the garage. He's the tier 6 kind of version of this thing. I had forgotten how good the gun is. Alright, a bold move made by Jeb. I like this. This is the kind of thing, if you're a Casemate TD player, you've got to do. If you want to increase your win rate, alright guys, you've got to do this kind of thing. When you're getting an advantage, your team's starting to get an advantage, but the enemy is not driving in front of your gun anymore, you have to make a bit of a maneuver to help them drive in front of your gun. Okay? It can be dangerous, it can be difficult, but you've got to get your gun into position, and that's the point, really. It doesn't have to be a big maneuver. It doesn't have to be an aggressive, necessarily, maneuver. But go somewhere where you can get shots. And holy cow. See, this Progetto's never going to expect this. He knows he's in trouble. He knows it. Know why? Because he's in the garage. That's why. There's no arty in this game. One thing you have to be very cognizant about, especially with a tank like this, these open top, very thin, slow TDs, is be very careful about Artie. Now he's going to get up into another great position. Once the team has pushed all of them into the corner and there's no real danger of them coming up and over this ridge, a tank with this much depression is going to have a heyday over here, peeking and shooting. Especially if the bad guys are busy shooting other people. Look at all that. That's amazing. Just beautiful. Oh, here we go. Thump-a-lam, ding-dang. 519, little high roll. Leaves the KV-2 at 63 damage. The KV-2 is probably thinking, oh great, now even the stinking Saint Emil is up there shooting people. AT-15A. Oh, this is going to be delicious. This is going to be delicious. Tasty. 473. Little low roll on that one. The Cheeto knows he's in big old trouble. He took a little poke. He thinks he's invisible. Now he knows he's not. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Damage shot. Doesn't matter. Let's go to T-45. Does not hit very hard. Looks like somebody's got their Skoda T-45 already ranked. There you go. You have some guys camping back there to punish him. Nicely done. A little reposition, and now we're going to use that fantastic depression. I don't know if you needed to really go here. I guess what this does is keeps him from firing on you. You might have been able to just pop up over and finish him off from the side you were on, but this is the safer way to do it. There's still an AT-15 back there. Look at that. Look at the gun. You just love it. Oh, you had him. Get him. Oh. Yeah, a little bit more care on that push, and I think you had him. Be careful about backing out that much. You don't really need to back out that much. Stay a little closer. There's no Artie. There's nobody else with gun depression over there challenging you. Stay closer to the ridge so when you reload, you could get up there quicker. See, I think you'd have been up there much faster. Also, I think knowing that he had backed off, I'd have been looking for this AT-15A coming up over that time. There you go. A little extra spotting, 49. Nicely done. We're at 3,200. This is pretty much all over. Just go kill that guy. Yeah, look at this depression. It's so scary. Doesn't matter. Dead guy. Do we get the KV-2? Probably not. Nope. 2 kills, 3,271 damage, 1,121 assists. A really nice game in a Saint Emil, and it is not easy to do well in that tank. What I really liked about this, Jeb, is the push forward at the right time. So many TD players would have still been sitting back there in those bushes while all this fight was going on. And there was a critical phase there where your team was starting to win, but they were kind of in this defensive crouch over here, and enough kind of one-shot guys poke over and die, all of a sudden they're starting to get advantage. You brought that great big old 490 Alpha gun in and just started pummeling people up there that were near dead. You get that fear factor. You have that great depression. It was the perfect place to go at the right time in that match. So that's something that Casemate TD players need to internalize and start thinking about. There is a time, and usually earlier than you think, that you need to get out of your bush and get your gun in the game. Do you have to YOLO forward and die? No. But reposition. Go somewhere closer to the battle where your gun can make a difference. All right? Sometimes it is, especially with the more armored TDs, it is get up in people's face and try to leverage the advantage your team has. But in this case, this was a great position right here for the tank to come up there and just have a field day with the near deads. Thanks for sending that in, Jeb. That's all I've got for today, guys. Hope you have a good day. We'll see you.